Well, our next guest, I'm so excited about Pastor Julie Schecker from San Diego, California. She's the executive pastor at the Movement Church. And I tell you, they have a thriving young congregation of surfers and skateboarders, and it's just epic. But for the last 30 years, she's been speaking globally. She ran a successful international business before stepping into her current role as a vocational minister and executive pastor, where she focuses. I just want to say this about her. She got back from ministering at a major women's conference in India and Nepal and the northern Ganges region. She's got some stories to tell, but she focuses on improving the health of church administrative culture globally. Let's give a big warm welcome to Pastor Julie from San Diego, California. All right.
Michael. Thank you, Michael, and hello, everyone. Well, everyone has messed up at least once in their life. Some of us, maybe a little bit more. But what happens when those mistakes take your life in a direction that you never wanted to go? Or what happens when you find yourself in a place that you never wanted to be? You know, the U.S. Census Bureau just did a survey. 75,000 people responded. And they said that more than once in a week, they felt anxious and a great deal of hopelessness. And 48% of them made that statement. Here's what's so messed up. The greatest demographic was in our 18 to 29-year-olds, where 55% of them said on a weekly basis they feel hopeless. You know, after over 30 years of pastoral mentoring, I can probably sum up almost every conversation like this. Something in my life is messed up, and I feel powerless to change it. You know, I can absolutely relate because that was my life story as a young woman. You know, I often joke that my bio should read, by the age of 22, I was a single mom, divorced, living with an abusive man who was drug addicted and violent. I was a 2-time college dropout. I couldn't get through the day without alcohol. I was drug addicted and dealing cocaine. And oh, by the way, I'm a pastor. Do you want to be my friend on LinkedIn? I'm not sure. But I am living proof that there really is no lost cause. And as I've traveled around the world inspiring people, inspiring women, and yes, I just got back from India and Nepal, inspiring hundreds and hundreds of women who know deep down inside that they're leaders. It's my chocolate to draw that out of them. But the number one question that I'm always asked is, how did you turn your life around? How did you make that change? Well, I can tell you it was a journey. But it all started with one catalytic moment. I crashed. Not metaphorically. I actually crashed, as in stolen drug plane, 2 South American cocaine-dealing pilots, freak electrical storm, running out of gas, falling from the sky, hit the ground, crashed. But something happened in between running out of gas and hitting the ground. You know, everybody always wonders what you think about when you're on your way to death, or you think you're on your way to death. And honestly, we were on our way to death. There was only one question in my mind. Am I ready? And everything about the answer to that hinged upon this. What have I decided about my eternity? You know, every single person on this planet will make a decision about their eternity. To not make one is still a decision. And in that moment, as I thought through the decision about my eternity, I understood that God was still holding out an offer for me to be in eternity with Him. Not because of anything clearly that I had done, but on account of what His Son had done for me. And somewhere in the course of falling from the sky, I took Him up on His offer. and then I crashed. You know, the emergency room doctor who took care of me afterwards unbelievably would diagnose me with a really bad bruise. And though there's a lot involved in that story, I walked away pretty unscathed, but with a paradigm shift that would change my life. You see, nothing had changed about my real life circumstances at that moment, but I had a destination shift. So there was a man, Antoine Saint-Exupéry, and he said, if you want to build a ship, don't drum up men to collect wood or give them tasks. Make them long for the immensity of the sea. And that destination shift connected my heart to God's eternal destiny because he hadn't changed his mind about me. See, before, the Bible says before he formed me in the womb, he knew me and he called me. And when my heart connected to that destiny, I was able to recalculate the direction of my life and to find my way forward. So after 30 years of sharing my story, I finally decided to write it down. So the book Messed Up comes out this fall, and people have told me that the stories in it will help them to overcome the fear of shame, to find their next step forward, and to do things like deal with messy people. You probably have one in your life, and you might be one. But I can tell you today that I believe that there is no lost cause. I believe that you can recalculate the direction of your life. I believe that you can reconnect to your God-inspired destiny. And you might think it would take a miracle, but I believe in miracles. You know why? Because I'm the girl who messed up, fell from the sky, and lived to tell about it. Have a great day.